But then you wonder about Marchand, how long he might be out for. It'd be hard to keep up this pace without a guy like him going forward.
It's a huge loss if he's out for any extended period of time.
Garnett Hathaway getting him here. Marchand's in a prone position going down, and then, well, Hathaway certainly finishes him.
Yeah, you can see him going to the shoulder, into the boards with his shoulder a little bit awkward. It looks like it's definitely going to be some kind of a shoulder sprain, which could be anywhere from 1 to 3 weeks. But hopefully he's not that long, because he is such an important factor in Boston.
Right.
And as we can see, he plays every position in the game, power play, penalty killing, makes plays, makes people around him better. And if he's out for an extended period of time, this is bad news for the Bruins.
Marchand is one of the great players in the National Hockey League, and still underrated, I think, in every aspect. Brian Boucher is in Boston, and he rejoins us now. I think there's something about these Bruins-Capitals games. We were talking about rivalries before, and everybody thinks about Boston-Montreal, and there's Washington-Pittsburgh and Washington-Philly. But I think the Capitals and Bruins have something special, and every time these two get together, something crazy happens too.
I agree. I think a lot of it has to do, it's around 43 for the Capitals, right? Tom Wilson seems to be a lightning rod for the Bruins fans here in Boston. The hit, obviously, last year on Brandon Carlo. He had a big hit in this game on Anton Bleed. And look, I think when these two teams play, it becomes a physical affair. The battles on the walls are important. The battle for ice is important. And you typically see the best in a lot of these two teams. And for a long time, the Caps had their way with the Bruins over the last couple of years, but Boston has found a way here in the last little while here, winning that 5-game series last year, winning in Washington this year, and now winning tonight. It goes a long way in building confidence against a team that has been a perennial powerhouse in the Eastern Conference. So entertaining to watch. I could watch these two teams play night after night if we had it.
Yeah, Bush, watching the game tonight and watching the Bruins over the last couple of weeks here, they have been getting depth scoring from a lot of different players again tonight. But it was Pastrnak tonight who continues to emerge as a superstar in the league. He got taken off the perfection line, didn't say a word, didn't gripe about it, didn't mope about it, just went out and it seems to be whoever he plays with, he's productive. And what did you see from him tonight in the game? And especially him and Bergeron after Marchand went out.
Yeah, I think the more ice time for Pastrnak, the better, right? I mean, he gets his legs going. I think the one thing that Bruce Cassidy mentioned to us in the last couple of weeks, the issue with Pastrnak early on in the season was his shots were off. He was missing the net way too much. I think there's been more of a focus on himself not trying to be too cute, right? Just get the puck on net, make sure you're hitting the net, and eventually the pucks will start going in. I think the fact that he's not being too cute and he's hitting the net a lot more is starting to pay off. And I think also, too, the willingness for Pastrnak to move down and understand that, they have to put a guy on that right side, on the side of Bergeron and Marchand. And Craig Smith has done a good job. Marchand and Bergeron trust Craig Smith when they play with him, and that goes a long way in making it all work in the top six. But, man, Pastrnak has found his game here since January 1. It's gotten Taylor Hall going. Eric Hall looks like a player. I don't know if that's going to last forever, but the Bruins have an attack that is balanced, that is creating a lot of problems for the opposition because you just don't know who to check. Now we'll just have to wait and see how long Marchand is out for. Obviously, that would be a big miss.
Bush, I've got one for you. Maybe no one in National Hockey League history has ever asked this question. Now, listen, understanding, Bush, that Mess and I are working really hard in the studio, all right? We're watching a lot of different games, so we might have missed a second or two of your game. But Alex Ovechkin did not jump off the screen tonight, and I was just curious if you thought maybe it was a quiet game for Alex or maybe the Bruins did something to him.
Yeah, I thought, early on in the first period, their first power play for Washington, I thought Ovechkin was noticeable. He had a couple of shot attempt opportunities. And after that, it really was quiet for Ovechkin. I thought the last 3 power plays for Washington were dreadful. They weren't able to get access into the zone by skating it in, and I think there was an unwillingness to want to dump it in and go get it. And because of that, the power play wasn't able to get going. But it was a quiet night for Ovechkin here tonight. Not something that we see too often, but for the Bruins, that's something you want. I mean, look, the Washington Capitals had 17 shots on goal, a season low tonight, and Ovechkin's a big part of that offense. He's a guy that doesn't pass up a lot of shots. The fact that he couldn't get many opportunities speaks volumes as to how well the Bruins defended him here tonight.
Thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.